Owner op since 2019. Curious to see what the numbers look like working for Landstar. How's it all work? You pay a fee for their trailer. And using their MC, what's the breakdown on pay? Somebody asked me one time why we didn't have our own numbers, and I said the rates are too high and the costs are too low. That's why. So let's start with costs. So let's go into the breakdown. We got stuff that comes out weekly. We got stuff that comes out monthly. We have things that come out annually. So every week you'll pay $3.69 for access to the Landstar Contractor Network. Your bobtail unladen liability insurance is going to be $31.62 a week or $33.98 a week, depending on what state you're in. If you choose to have pre-pass, that's $2.50 a week. Monthly, you're going to have your physical damage insurance, your ELD airtime, which is $27 if you're on Motive. I highly recommend that over Qualcomm. Ad valorem mileage taxes for states that charge those will come out once a month, usually less than $50. And then IFTA, you'll get your monthly report where you either get a credit or a debit. Annually, we pay $1,700 a year for our base plate, which is broken down to $94.44 a week until it's paid. And then permits are annual also, $200 paid at $11.11 a week until it's paid. I found this chart in the BCO resource guide. Not sure how up to date it is, but it's got to be pretty close because all of our trucks are insured for less than $25,000, and we pay right in the $120 a month range for physical damage. You also have per load deductions. Every time you load your fuel card, it's $1.75. Whenever you scan a trip in TransFlow, it's $2. And then one time when you first lease the truck on, you will pay into a $1,000 escrow, which is $66.67 a week until it's fulfilled. And they require you to buy a Kingpin lock set, which is around $200, and I think they take it $40 or $50 a week. Now, as far as how the revenue works, the revenue is broken up to the equipment. So if you own a tractor, your tractor is going to get 65% of line haul and accessorials and 100% of the fuel surcharge. So it works out to be 69 or 70% for the tractor. If you pull a Landstar van trailer, there is no charge for that. You don't pay for the maintenance. You don't pay anything for it. There's no rent for a trailer. You get that use of that trailer at no cost. If you own a van trailer, they get 7%. If you own a platform trailer, they get 8 to 10% depending on how many axles you have on the ground. So if you have a truck and a trailer, they're going to have separate numbers and they're each going to get their own settlement. Your trailer gets its revenue, your truck gets its revenue, and then that all comes on one statement for you. So for example, we have 9 trucks now in the system and 5 trailers. They all come in one document, but they're all broken down individually, and then I go in and reconcile it there. Now, for most of the year, our fleet has been split about half and half between van and platform. It's more platform than van right now, but here you can see we are through the end of July, we're just over 1.2 million. Really only had probably consistently about 5 of those trucks running. Our average loaded rate per mile gross is $3.72, and our average for all miles is $3. So we are well beating all of the averages in the spot market with what we do. I've been at Landstar for 10 years. There's nowhere else that we would put our trucks. It obviously works well for us, and it can work well for you too. And if you don't like Landstar, congratulations, I don't care. But the bottom line is that Landstar provides a support system, especially for first-time owner-operators, with a lot of risk protection that you will not have under your own numbers. If you succeed at Landstar, it's your fault. If you fail at Landstar, also your fault. Got to look in that mirror.